And thank you so much for joining us here on Unfiltered Vision News. And this is our Mighty Men Thursday segment. And we have a very special guest. So let me bring them here on stage. Good morning. How are you? Can you hear me?
How you doing, Dr.
I,
Nicole? It's a pleasure to be here.
good,
Can you hear
good.
me?
Yes, I can hear you well. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Could you please introduce yourself? Let us know where we can follow you and also what you're doing in the community. And then we will get into a subject of your choice.
Okay, my name is Simeon Nunnally. I'm candidate for Congress for the 13th District on the Republican side of the ballot. You can follow me. Um, you can follow me on Facebook. You can follow me on Instagram. Follow me on little social media apps. I try to stay pretty connected to the community.
Now, is there
And
a
I'm
website
always
where we can find your different social media handles?
I had a website, and then I had a situation with the website designer.
Okay.
He didn't want to give us over all of the access. He wanted to stay control of it, which was pretty crazy. But nevertheless, we're actually putting together another website currently as we speak. So yeah,
Okay. And what's your
it
handle for
happens.
Facebook?
That was my name, Simeon Nunnally.
Okay,
Right.
great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Google do
I'll
a good
make
job of keeping all of that together lately.
Okay, good. I'll make sure to repost your social media handles when we repost this segment of the program so that way people can follow you and support your campaign. So, congratulations on running for federal House seat in the
Thank
13th
you.
district. So, let us know a little bit more about your
Thank you.
campaign.
Oh, well, our campaign is pretty aggressive. I run a pretty aggressive campaign. Everything that we're currently doing is very aggressive. We deal with international relationships, um, international investments. We also deal with suing companies that's dumping the PFAS chemical into the citizens' water. We're dealing with scenarios revolving around the grotesque activities that's transpiring into the prison systems. We're also dealing with pharmaceutical medication, actually lowering the prices of those. We're dealing with um, 300,000 women that are currently missing in the nation, protecting the women and fighting against human trafficking. We're also dealing with, because we deal with international trade, we're dealing with the BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa alliance, and how that's actually plaguing the pockets of the citizens. So we deal with the big issues that actually really matter to the citizens, not those scenarios that's okay, let's legalize sex workers, right? That you hear coming from the Democrats. See, those things are silly in nature. It's absolutely silly. But we deal with the big, big things that impact the citizens, and eventually we'll roll over to figuring out a way to lower the prices of rent. That's actually being controlled by the major corporations, BlackRock, Vanguard, Core Civic. They are a significant landowner. So those scenarios actually transpire around them, revolve around them, and how we can push forward legislation to tell them that they need to loosen their grip off of the everyday citizen. Right now, we're dealing with significant prices of commodities. Gold is at $165,000 per kg, which is increasing the prices of all your electronics and increasing the prices of all of your medications. I mean, not medications, your doctor's visit, because a lot of your appliances that they're using at the hospital have gold in it. Anything that has gold in it's going through the roof right now. And my citizens, they can't afford it. They can't afford it. So with that being said, we're trying to figure out a way to lower these prices and put an easement. When government disagree, the citizens shouldn't suffer because two monarchs are disagreeing, right?
Mhm.
We shouldn't get mad at government. Shouldn't get mad at government. And say, well, we're going to we're going to attack your people. We're going to attack your citizens, right? We're going to raise their prices. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. That should never even be a conversation piece. The diplomats, in my opinion, should do. We need to rely more on the diplomats and allow the diplomats to ease those tensions between governments, because that's what they're there for, right?
Right. Exactly.
A lot of times politicians have a tendency to disagree, and the diplomats should step in and ease that. Well, apologies about my elongated introduction.
It's okay. It's okay because people really do need to get to know you because, I have viewers from literally all over the world. And so you never know who's listening, who's
Okay.
watching, and who may be able to, give you support for your campaign and agree with what's happening. Now, a few things are happening that I do want to ask you questions on. So if you are elected to this position, what do you think about the tariffs and what should be done? Because that is a big topic of discussion. A lot of people don't understand it. I broke it down on my show earlier before you came on, but really wanting to get your purview on that because being a representative of the House, you would actually be an arm that would look into how this could help or hurt the American people.
That's perfect. I don't know if you was there when I said that our campaign is pushing something called sanction reform, right? Now, sanction reform is actually allowing countries to opt in to a compliance relief program where we're stating that we're not removing the ability for the executive branch to initiate sanctions and tariffs, but what we are providing is a 99 years of sanction-free trade and tariff-free trade for countries that are in compliance with our objectives as an American country to trade with them, right? So sanctions and tariffs are normally only imposed on countries that are not within agreements to things. Like we find out that they're doing child labor, right, or
Right.
some type of war, right, that's actually plaguing the citizens in their country. So then, boom, they come with these sanctions, right? So sanction reform is saying as long as you're within these compliances regulations, automatically 99 years sanction-free trade, right? So that is what we're proposing. That's another reason, obviously, that we're seeing some type of increase in prices, but nevertheless, sanctions. Okay, so a long time ago, two companies came together with the countries and they signed a deal saying that they would sell cotton for 99 cents, right? So the country China, for example, purchased cotton now 99 cents. This is just for an example. This is a preliminary. Right. So they purchased cotton from us for 99 cents. They turned around and they created Ralph Lauren shirts and they started selling Ralph Lauren shirts at $100 per shirt, right? So they made a significant, like 1,000% increase. And we started saying, hey, we would like a piece of that $1,000, right? And country said, no, we purchased it from you for 99 cents. We want to sell it back to your citizens for $1,000, right? So the government said, okay, so this is what we're going to do. Another reason sanctions come in place is so we can offset the fact that they're making $1,000 per shirt off of our citizens when we're only making a 99 cent. They're taking a significant amount of money. So another reason that sanctions are in place is to offset how much they're making, right? And give us a piece of that $1,000, which is why you heard your president saying that he's going to give the citizens $2,000 a person, or the $1,776 that he gave to the military is actually as a way to pay back the citizens, as well as to try to find a way to get the citizens off of state income tax and federal and some of the income tax. Because a long time ago, what citizens don't know is a long time ago, well, not citizens, a lot of personnel don't know. A long time ago, we didn't have income tax. It was the tariffs that we was utilizing that actually offset those income taxes. Income taxes is really within this current era, right? This current decade.
Yeah, they were put forth by Woodrow Wilson under the 16th Amendment. Yeah. It's a horrible,
precisely.
horrible
So
thing.
we actually are good. It was actually pretty substantial prior to that amendment. But nevertheless, it's a lot of reasons why sanctions and tariffs come in place. It's not just one reason. It's not just, oh, we're mad at you, so we're going to put this tariff. No, It's a lot of reasons, right? So it can help. It's one of those things, if you utilize it the correct way, it can help versus always damaging the average citizen. But
Right.
again, another apology for that elongated
No, it's
explanation,
okay.
but we are pushing for 99 years of sanction-free trade.
Okay. So you're sanction free. Now, and then we'll just say hypothetically, had President Trump used the sanction method under the IEE, that I think it's IEPA. Hopefully, I got that acronym correct. But had he used the sanction directive, which he was actually allowed to do, would we be in a better position now, right? As opposed to how he did implement the tariffs, in your
Well,
opinion?
that's in my opinion, that's on his administration, what the administration calls, right?
Okay.
And what they were looking at that moment in time. So I really couldn't say it was a good call or it was a bad call because we don't know all of the variables that was surrounding that decision, right?
Right.
Um, and that's just from the outside looking in. He probably saw variable A being utilized as a way to bring China back to the table, as you heard him say. He said,
Mm-hmm.
well, a lot of personnel had an issue with these tariffs and with these sanctions. But look, we got China back at the table and we're negotiating with China on lowering some of these prices, bringing in some of these companies. So whatever his goal was at that moment in time,
Mm-hmm.
if he was successful in doing what he needed to do, then it was a good call, right? So we
Right.
don't really know. I don't know. I can't give you that answer. But I do know that our campaign, we pushing for House Resolution 1252, where we're trying to bring in $123.74 billion back to the state of Georgia and get a lot of our companies that are part of the BRICS to come back to the nation and trade here with trade more domestically and lower the
Gotcha.
prices of our commodities, right?
Okay.
And if the state of California passed it, it will be $900 billion that they bring back in. The state of Texas will bring back over $800 billion back to the nation. So,
Okay.
like I said, in our campaign, we're trying to assist the executive branch and other members of Congress and other members of the Senate, so we could actually offset the current price hike that you're seeing that's plaguing the citizens.
Great, great, because that's what people really want. They want individuals like you in office to really help us. Because right now, and this is just my opinion, and this is just what I've seen since I've gotten into this political realm, everybody wants to be a superstar, right? Everybody wants to be
I know, right?
seen. They want their 15 minutes of fame. They want that sound bite, but nobody really
I'm trying
wants to
to.
do the work in Congress, right? They want the prestige, right? But they really don't want to do the work for the American people, because at the end of the day, when you look at the actual legislative record of a lot of these individuals that use a lot of hubris when they are outside, there's nothing of substance that they've actually done for the American people. So, with that said, you know, immigration is a very hot topic, right? And it does fall back on the House and the Senate to pass comprehensive legislation. So I wanted to get your view on the SAVE Act. Where would you stand on that? Because, technically, if you were elected, you could be a member of the House that would actually have to vote on this.
Okay, so for transparency, what I've been really focusing on with the immigration. So I have been working with um, a lot of the consul generals. I was working with the diplomats for quite some time for the past 4 years, right? Prior to actually announcing my bid for office, right? So I do have a lot of friends in the international community, right? So when we talk about immigration, a lot of them, they said they're afraid of ICE and things of that manner, deportation. And I'm trying to get them to understand that nobody is saying they want to get rid of citizens that came into the country legally, right?
Right.
If I
Exactly.
was to go to any other country, like I was having a conversation with a friend of mine from Nigeria, who actually works in the company that we own. I told her, I said, if I was to go to Nigeria right now with a one-way ticket and without a visa, I mean with a visa, and I overstayed my visa, what would happen to me, right? Or what would happen? And my friend said, they'll take care of that. The government will take care of that because you can't be in the country without proper documentation, right? You see,
so right. They're immediate with. They're like, oh no, Mexico, you'd be immediately taken care of. What?
Can't do that. Right. So if I was to go to Mexico right now with a one-way ticket and a visa, and I wanted to overstay my visa, what would happen? If I was to go to any country with a one-way ticket and a visa, what would happen to me, right? As an American citizen with money spending in that country and our currencies is where is that? What would happen? And they would say, and they all say, oh, you can't do that. And so why do you expect us to do the same thing?
Right.
Exactly. You see, like once you put it in the perspective of I cannot go do it there. Why do you expect us to say, well, if I can't do it over there, then you're more than welcome to do it here. That doesn't make
it makes sense. No sense. None.
Doesn't make
none
any
at all.
Sense. Like I cannot go to Dubai right now. I cannot get on a plane, fly to Dubai, and when you go to Dubai, they give you a visa on arrival. So I can't go to Dubai, right? And with my passport and say, I'm gonna be here for I think I like it here.
It's laughable. It is laughable because they'd be like, okay, first of all, you're not leaving the airport. We're going to sequester and arrest you. And then we're going to send you right back.
I'm forget not leaving the airport. I'm not leaving the country. What do you mean?
Right. You're done.
I'll be here forever. I'm paying taxes though, right? So it's apologies for laughing, but I can't go anywhere without. I can't even move to a different state in America without proper paperwork. When I go to a different state, I got to get a driver's license in that state, right? It's paperwork I got to get. So you can't.
It is laughable and it's sad. It's